Okay, show 2. It's a groove. Okay, because I'm going to make you guys sit for like a second video of me rambling on about these shows, I'm going to at least make it worth your while. First of all, this is the ticket for the second show. Unopened CD. I'm going to open the CD for the first one, but I'm going to keep that unopened. You know, they're not going to be so rare anymore because apparently JB's Hi-Fi will be releasing the CDs to their stores on March the 4th in Australia and New Zealand. And just one more piece of news, apart from what I've heard, Prince will be playing only one show in Perth tonight at 8 PM Perth time, which is 1 AM or 2 AM Kiwi time, because Western Australia doesn't observe daylight savings time, so I'm not 100% sure there. I'm sure Australian fans, you guys will correct me about that. Now, the second show, I've got to say, in every single way, the second show was much better. And also too, see I've got this is the first shirt, I'm wearing it now. Shirt I was wearing in my first video, I'll show you the back of it properly because I think you guys unfortunately saw more of my butt than you did my shirt, but this is the back of it. And I kind of like it, and as you can see they are made in Bangladesh, but the quality is not too bad, I guess. But yeah, I mean, would you really pay $50 for it though, even though it is official? And I mean, hopefully Prince did get my money. Okay, so first of all, before I went into the show, I bumped into a nice couple of people from Minneapolis, and they said, oh, they chose me. They wanted to know what played in the first show because they're going to get tickets. And they looked at me and said, oh, I chose you because you kind of looked like a hardcore fan, you know. And I thought, really? I was only wearing my symbol pendant and my new shirt and everything, and basically floating on air through the whole concourse. And guys like me, usually when you see us light on our feet, that's usually something's going on. I can assure you I wasn't taking any stimulations of any description. I'm not into drugs or smoking, and I probably had like one glass of wine before the show started, and I didn't really want to get drunk because I know alcohol makes you drowsy basically, but I did have a rather disgusting feed of Carl's Jr. between the two shows. Alright, enough yippity yap, let's get into this show because this show was amazing. First of all, the show was supposed to start at 10, the doors opened at 9:30, and they went, Prince's second show will begin now. And at 10 to 10 now, basically, okay, everyone needs to get inside. And they did. 10 o'clock exactly, out came Prince, same entrance as the first show, you know, you got the purple silhouette, you got the whole Willy Wonka thing going on. Prince comes out and this time he's skipping. He still appears to be wearing the same stuff he's wearing last time. It looked like he was wearing a jersey and it had like Prince on the front. He was like wearing this huge gold chain. The afro was there. It was huge, and I know it's no wig. I mean, the afro got bigger, and it was like, you know, it was like you could almost feel the afro sheen reaching across the floor. Now, I had a much better seat in this show. I was still up in the balcony, but the balcony is where it comes down very steeply, and I was to the extreme left of the stage. And I could see Prince's face really well on his piano, and it's just the intensity of his playing. And it was really good. Prince came in. He did not muck around on the first stage like he did in the first show. He just came in and just started playing Love Thy Will Be Done. And just blew us away. He was playing the piano. He was just dun 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 dun, bouncing, jumping up and down, doing the whole Sly Stone, Elton John, Little Richard type piano playing. And even at the end, there was a whole lot of boogie woogie Jerry Lee type stuff going on. And I even felt like the spirit of Ray Charles was in that room too. Prince was just really drawing on the influences. The jazzy piano playing was just the bomb. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the crowd at the end, but I'm just going to say at the start, the crowd was a lot more raucous in the show. I mean, I already told you about the first show. It was very polite and reserved. Nothing was there about these guys. Less of the middle class, shirt-wearing, obese-looking dudes. More of the mama jammers and dudes with their moustaches, and even quite a few gay-looking people. Now, I know what do gay people look like, but when you're gay, you have gay day, you kind of know what they look like. And there were a lot of gay people in that show. And there was even a few more brothers, you know, there were a few more Maoris and Islanders. And you probably notice I've become more animated talking about the show than I did with the first one. Because, I mean, to me, this show is more memorable. I was probably a bit of a geek because I actually was writing things down and dancing at the same time. And this is what happens when you're trying to dance and you're writing down the names of songs. You can just see how messy this writing is. And yeah, I mean, I might put 18 on this video because this is what I wrote when he put the door. And as you can see, I said, just put adore motherfucker. Because he came out, he started playing it, and I had a guy standing next to me who was absolutely fantastic. This Australian guy, real hardcore fan, big handlebar moustache. He was wearing this cymbal pen, and it was like this big, it was that chunky, and I knew this guy was for real. And it was a pleasure to sit next to this man. I mean, he's probably very embarrassed now because, you know, to be next to me in a Prince concert, you know, I mean, I just have to warn everyone, basically. I had to warn people around me. I said, look, you know, I'm a crazy fan. I'm going to scream. I'm going to yell, you know, so get used to it. You know, please don't tell me to shut up. Any fool tries to tell me to shut up during a Prince show, they're going to get it, basically. They're going to, no, I mean, get a mouthful. I'm not like going to hit them or anything. Because you see, I'm a peace-loving brother. But No, he was fantastic. You know, I'm going to say that why, because after he played Love Thy Will Be Done, which most people kind of knew because of the again, like with the song he played in the last show, I Feel For You, everyone thought it was like a Martika or a Shaka Khan song, but it's Prince. A lot of people didn't know Prince wrote that song. But anyway, well, after he did Love Thy Will Be Done, he moved into Big City from Hit and Run Phase 2, and he played it so well. And like me and this guy knew the lyrics, and everyone was like sitting around looking at us in our area, because we're like in a little closed off area, it's only like 50 people, because the stage gets real skinny at that point, the seating area, and we just loved it. And then he moved into Too Young to Dare, and I was so glad to see he was playing tracks off Hit and Run Phase 2, and they were good tracks. We played them really well, we loved it, and I mean, we just loved it. And he played long instrumental choruses. Some of the audience was lost. We actually went quite quiet at this stage, but then as the song played on, people realized they were really good songs and that they started to get funky. And then Prince decided to bring it back by playing the Little Red Corvette Dirty Mind mashup of show 1, and that really got the audience back. I mean, everyone was screaming and on their feet by that stage. And then Prince came out and just did this. Like I said in the first video, I'm just going to rave and rave about this show, because then he played You Got the Look in its full content. He had the audience joining in, singing lines like, I stand corrected, you've got that look, you know, and it was amazing. He made us repeat it until we got it right. He played bits of Erotic City, although he didn't sing the Week Until the Dawn part. Well, of course, everybody would have said Funk Until the Dawn. Okay, and then the audience joined in with that. Then he moved into I Wanna Be Your Lover, and that song really hit a note here, because New Zealand was the only place where I Wanna Be Your Lover got into the top 10 and actually got all the way up to number 3 back in 1980. It was Prince's first huge hit here, and it wouldn't be topped until When Doves Cry. And yeah, so that went down really well. And then after, you know, he invited that the lights started spinning around all purple and blue, and he said, can I get a blue light please? And the purple light behind them disappeared for blue, and I nearly died, because then Prince started playing Do Me a Baby. And not only did he play the song, he sang every lyric. He was doing all the oohs and ahs and the everything, and I was just about dying. I could not believe how good it was. He played the song complete, Do Me Baby. And everybody knew it, because I've seen Rush Hour 3, you know, Chris Tucker dance doing the moonwalk at the traffic lights to it, basically. It was amazing. And then after that, he played Condition of the Heart again, but this time he did an even better rendition of it than in show 1. Then it went quiet, and he played like 5 minutes of Christopher Tracy type piano noodling you see on Under the Cherry Moon. That was fairly good, but I think he lost a few people, but still it was very professionally done. It was like Prince had been channeled into the spirit of, let's say, Beethoven or Mozart for 5 minutes, playing this almost classical-like piano. You know, especially after he just played a song like Do Me Baby. You know, and then he decided to liven up, and he got into a really good version of Screwdriver. And I mean, people really rubbished that song and got the worst song on Hit and Run Phase 2, but Prince brought that song to life. You think if it's shared without its Third Eye Girl impact, and that's what you're getting. Because Prince obviously loves that song, he believes heavily in the song, and it showed in his performance of the song. And then, before you think this show could get any better, he plays the Ballad of Dorothy Parker, and he does every line, the part about taking the bath and the shrimp cocktail, or he says fruit cocktail. And then again, everyone was happy. And then he moved into Something in the Water Does Not Compute, and he played it so well, people were singing lines of it. And then even more, he went into Strange Relationship. I'm like, and by this stage I knew now that a door had to be coming. I could not believe it. I mean, this is unreal. I could not believe Prince was singing these songs. And I could see his face, and he was grinning. He was so happy playing this music, because he knew that the audience was digging it. He knew this was a hip audience, and they were digging all this back catalogue stuff. And we weren't even halfway into the show. And then he slowed it down and played a couple of really good covers. He played a version of Unchain My Heart by Ray Charles, but he gave it very much the Joe Cocker type soulful treatment. And then he did Waiting in Vain, you know, the Bob Marley song, although he kind of, you know, sort of more jazzed that up to a light feel. I mean, he sucked the reggae ghost out of it, but it was still good. And then he played, now get ready for this, If I Was Your Girlfriend. You know, I mean, for real? And he did the high voice, he did the falsetto. I mean, I think Camille came to this concert. And even then, he went into How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore. And he played it really well. It was just amazing. And then part 1 ended, he blew kisses, he was dancing around, and he left the stage. Within 3 minutes, he came back and started playing pieces of a Joni Mitchell song. And I was oblivious to what was going on here. What had happened was a woman had come from the back of the stage all the way down to the front of the stage and was trying to get on the stage. and the guards got her and frog marched her back up the back. And Prince said, I'm not angry at her, I don't blame her. I did the same thing at a Joni Mitchell concert. And years later, when I was there as an adult, she looked at me and said, I remember what you did. And he was playing bits of a Joni Mitchell song, which moved into the song Most Beautiful Girl in the World, which again, he did a wonderful version of that, which was well received. And then he played the Joni Mitchell song, A Case of You. And I was like, wow, I think the last time he played that must have been on the Purple Rain tour or something. But it was just great. And I actually thought it was going to be a short video, up to 10.5 minutes. And then after that, he lay on top of the piano and went going, you know, we could just be here all night. And I was thinking, oh God, I wish you were. I wasn't even tired. I've been up for like 16 hours by this stage. And then he played kind of sampler set, but not like the sampler set that brings up bad memories of 2012. He just played like half of these songs. He played Raspberry Beret, Take Me With You, and Starfish and Coffee in quick succession. Then he moved into a superlative version of Diamonds and Pearls, and we all got turns to be Rosie Gaines. We did all the Rosie lines. He held the mic and said, come on, sing it. You know, and when we didn't sing it good enough, he said, you're going to sing it again. I'm going to play this line again, you're going to sing it. And we did it, and then he went into the beautiful ones. He played about 3 notes of it, and then he stopped you with a scream, please, please, Prince, don't stop. Prince turned around, he smirked at us, and then played the rest of the song. Although he stopped at the, tell me, babe, do you want him? He didn't do that bit, but he did everything else with the falsetto, and it was amazing. And then he played I Would Die For You, Baby, I'm a Star medley again, which brought everyone back in because, you know, everyone knows it. And he played about 3 minutes of Purple Rain, and he did a bit of, now, you ready for this? The Love We Make from Emancipation, and he did it so well, and that's one of the best parts of that album. And then, this is the part I'm getting ready for. I'm standing, I'm already totally sucked into this concert, and then you hear the opening keys of I'll Be There For You. Prince played Adore. He played most of the song Adore. He played it really well. I pretty much just about fainted. I actually screamed out. I think Prince might have heard it. I actually screamed out, oh my motherfucking God. He's playing Adore. And I'm sorry. I mean, if Prince or anyone else heard that in the audience, I apologize now. I mean, I don't know what it was. I was overcome with pleasure, nerves, something else. But please, I mean, I'm not that crazy, Prince. But, you know, I've got the feeling if Prince did come to New Zealand because of me, I think I'm almost starting to think, I wish it's true, but I don't think it is. He probably played that song because he wanted to see if I was there or not. And he knew that by their action that year, that Adore Cream fall from New Zealand, he's definitely there. Yeah. And he played that song. He was grinning all the way through it. And I kind of saw him actually look at me and the Australian fan. And the Australian fan was cool because he was actually a VIP in the first show and he was in the front row. So I think Prince pretty much already knew who he was. You know, but yeah, I mean, there's guys like this Australian fan, I mean, they make me look like, you know, like I've only heard Purple Rain once. He was just incredible. I mean, I actually met about 3 or 4 really cool people at this show, and you know, Stephanie and your partner from Minneapolis, you know who you are. Thank you so much. You know, yeah, and hopefully we could talk in the future. Now, got 2 minutes before my YouTube limit ends. Okay, so after Adore, he plays Nothing Compares to You again, and again, it was a really good song. Everyone kind of knew it. And then he left the stage again quickly. He did a Purple Rain and Kiss reprise. And this time the audience had been ordered to stand since the end of Purple Rain. And then he went out for 2 minutes, came back in and was banging the keys Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard style, and played Purple Music, which was amazing. And everybody seemed to know the lyrics. And then he moved into a very long version of Free Yourself, and he talked about how music is expression, music is art, and music is everything. And he had the audience screaming, free yourself, and halfway through he left it. Then he came back out again. We were still singing Free Yourself during 2 minutes of nothing. He came and he did it. He was waving. He said, Free Yourself. And then at this time, another person got pushed out because they were using a phone and filming it in the front row. Guards came over and pushed her out. And sometime during Purple Music, some white fabric landed on stage. I couldn't tell if it was panties or not, but it looked like panties. And after this show, Prince left, and it was after midnight. And quick thoughts in the last 50 seconds. First of all, the people I said, you know, more hip, more mama jammers and alligator shirts, you know, and less sort of kind of like cafe type fools, you know. And it was just amazing. Everybody loved it. They were on their feet. And I'm going to give the show, I mean, I know I said 10 was perfect in the previous video, but I'm going to give this 11.59 out of 10. I mean, this was even better than my Melbourne show, and I'd already encountered some hate. They're going, no, it can't be better than the 2012 tour. I said, well, it damn well was, because it is. And all you people in Perth, and now I've heard Auckland, California, you know, O-Town, where MC Hammer's from. You know, I know they've had a few problems, you know, I mean, I know there's a lot of angry people there, you know, but I mean, they're going to be happy. I'm saying, my brother, go and see this show, because it's that good. overall that's great, and I'm signing out here at 14 minutes and 57 seconds.